Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Zero Knowledge. My previous workplace was an NGO. They hired me to do what was deemed an impossible task, reaching to and gaining the support of several groups that are notoriously difficult to recruit. It was a pretty critical point, with over $1.2 million funding depending on it. Not to brag, but this is something I am actually expert in, one of very few in my country. I got to work and used some pretty unorthodox methods. Initially, management seemed to be fine with it, since it proved extremely effective. Within 8 months, the organization moved from being irrelevant at best to having a small army of volunteers, active groups, and vocal ambassadors, and gained a reputation for being the most radical and interesting player on the scene. The thing is, the success was because I was there to cover for the organization's irrelevance. As long as they don't implement some deeper changes, this is as good as it will get. Except, nobody seemed very interested in implementing any deeper changes. In fact, they began doing increasingly more problematic stuff, making it harder and harder to maintain the support. I kept raising the alarm that this will not end well, and at some point, this annoyed management enough that they decided to fire me. I pointed out to my manager that if they don't want to lose all of the work, they'll at least have to recruit someone with similar experience, which is going to be very difficult to do. Very few experts on this. In response, my manager demanded that I write down a document for my future replacement, and specifically that I make it so a person with absolutely zero previous knowledge could understand it. Zero knowledge, you say? Alright. I sat down and wrote an extensive document, which included nothing but the most obvious, basic, and offensive unhelpful information. No, you cannot call people slur. No, not even when they aren't present. Phrased as if it was written for a 3rd grader. If they hire someone competent, they won't need that document anyway. If they hire someone clueless, well, they'll probably be able to understand it. I ended my employment there in September, but stayed in touch with some of my former crew. By the end of November, half the volunteers I recruited dropped out. The 200 plus people involved in one of the flagship projects just stopped showing up. The assistance network stopped responding altogether. An attempt was made to continue one of the other long-running projects, but since they didn't know how or why it worked, it flopped gloriously and stopped running after one more session. The annual fundraiser I started failed to have any relevance when they attempted to copy it this December, and only 7 people showed up. 3 of the groups decided to exit and operate under a different host, after also going public about the management being both out of touch and abusive. As of today, it seems like they lost the $1.2 million funding too. The next story is called Working from Home. This happened in my old job. In my old job, we had a great boss and hybrid work. If we had any reason not to come to the office, just a message to him, and an extra remote day would be approved. Then he was let go, and we got a new boss, who was the exact opposite of her predecessor. This happened a few weeks after our old boss was let go, and his boss became our new boss. One morning, I wasn't feeling well, too sick to travel to the office, but not too sick to work from home. I had a couple of remote meetings with customers, so it was just easier for me to work while being a little sick than to try to reschedule. I spoke with my boss in Slack, and our conversation was like this. Good morning. I have a sore throat and a slight fever. I'll be working from home today, so no need to reschedule anything. Our employee handbook clearly states that remote days are Tuesday and Thursday, and exceptions need to be pre-approved by the manager. I was upset Is she really trying to force me to the office, even though I'm sick? Or what was her motive? But then it hit me. It doesn't matter. And our discussion continued. Oh, sorry, that's true. I have a sore throat and a slight fever. I'm unable to come to the office, so I'm taking a sick day. Could you ask someone to reschedule the meetings with customer A and customer B, since I'm recovering at home at least for today? The employee handbook states that I can take 3 sick days in a row without a doctor's note, but I'm willing to make an exception if you want to and get you one. Do you want it? I was left on red for 10 minutes. She started typing, deleted the text, started again and deleted it again. She was active in our chat for the entire 10 minutes, until I finally got a response. No, that won't be necessary. I'll ask someone to reschedule those meetings. Get well soon. My colleagues almost died of laughter when I told them why I'm having a sick day and not just work from home. Our boss didn't like me after that, but the feeling was mutual. I left the company later for a new job, but not before she was fired. The last story is called Look It Up. My friend and I decided to stop at a GameStop where we were out of town to look for a certain game. When we got inside, I hopped in line to ask a worker, and my friend started browsing. There were 2 people in front of me looking annoyed, and then there was Karen at the register, taking up the attention of both workers, who also looked annoyed. I've been coming to the store for years, he barked at them. They've always done it for me. The manager essentially told him that all GameStops have the same basic rules, and he couldn't just give this guy a discount. It could actually cost him his job. The Karen was asking for a price match with the same item at Best Buy. However, the one employee rang it up at that price and put the pro member discount on top of it. The manager told the worker that they can't apply that discount on top of a price match. Well, while Karen goes off, I want to see your paperwork. Show me where it says you can't do that. I've been coming here for years. You are going to lose my business if you don't give me this at this price. You literally turned red in the face, yelling at these guys. The manager walks off and returns with some papers. He stands there and reads through the pages and then smiles. Oh, actually, not only can I not apply a discount to a price match, we are not allowed to price match at all at this location. He proceeds to hand the papers over to Karen, who's now hemming and hawing and steaming from the ears. The workers help the line that has piled up, while Karen reads over the papers multiple times and realizes he's not going to get the thing he wanted unless he pays full price. So in the end, the thing he wanted would have cost him well over $200 instead of $170 because he wanted it for $163. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.